Morning guys, hope we're all having a good Wednesday morning. Another muggy sort of morning out there. I'm going to get some water, let a few of you click on, and then we will get going. Again, full body workout coming at you today. We had squats deadlift starting on Monday, so we are going to work lunges and kettlebell swings today. So again, lunges going to work front of the leg, kettlebell swings going to work glutes and hamstrings for the main first two exercises. So, whenever you're all ready. No, I don't. Got my lovely watch with my purple strap. Take that up. Nice line with the toes. And only. Just nice and light, keep it on the feet, keep it moving. From there, take it into your jacks. Forward back into the straight, arms and legs in. Back into that jack. Last time on the close, let's go. Just keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Nice and light, nice and light, nice and light. And then we'll speed that up for 10. Let's go, speed it up. 3, 2, 1. Circle the arms. Back with the arms. Relax that. Grab the toes, knees out, chest tall, stretch to the hips. Stretch that up, stretch the hamstrings. Back and in. And up. Stretch that up. And then we'll sit down in, push the knees out with the elbows and rotate.
Everything's clicking.
My knee just made a sound that probably shouldn't make her. Push up position, foot out round, drop the hip. Change.
We're ordering one today. We've only been on about it since St. Patrick's Day, the first time we did these classes live.
Yeah. Do one more each side.
So it's my fault that he hasn't ordered a new strap, isn't it? Yeah.
Someone said they'd rate me one for my birthday.
Someone told you to order one.
Told me to order my own present
Sure,
for my
which
birthday.
one you want?
You knew what one you wanted when you got your own watch?
I did, because we knew the one I wanted.
On the side. She didn't order me a strap, but she bought herself one of the same. So sexy today.
You're gonna start your year.
Alright, started. Two more. And then we'll change sides. Last one. So again, when we're doing the glute bridge, push your lower back into the floor, roll up through the spine, squeeze the glutes, roll back down through your spine. You're doing 12 on double leg, or you can do 6 each leg. Roll up and down through this. Glute squeeze at the top. Once you get 6 on one side, change sides, roll up through. And back. Good. Then we'll bring it up. That was on Samsung's website, you know.
Right.
For the strap. They show you all these straps, but there's no buy now button. And I couldn't figure out how to actually order one off them. So go on Amazon today and just order one. Anywho, you will need a weight. We're going to start with a lunge. After the lunge, we're going to work into a shoulder press. After the shoulder press, we're down into a squat thrust, and then again that active recovery just on the toes, moving it out from that. So lunge can be forward lunge or reverse lunge.
If you don't have weights, if you haven't maybe bought a kettlebell or barbells yet,
Liter of water.
even just 2
anything else?
bottles of water, or
Yeah.
try to avoid maybe glass bottles, because if you drop them they'll be a bit of a mess. But anything at all with a bit of weight, even jars of Delio or things like that, make sure the lid's tightly on.
Make sure it's on. That there is one of those Aldi ones. That's got a actually pretty decent handle. Tighten that up, fill it with water. That's 2 litres. So that weighs about 2 kilos when you're done with it. So it adds, if you have one of them in each hand, you've got 4 kilos. It's not a lot for some people, but for others, it could be plenty. And you've got something that actually has a handle on it if you don't have access to weights. But otherwise, you can roughly take that. Anything that's a litre of fluid is about a kilo. Anything that's 2 litres, about 2 kilos, and so on, so on, so on. That's kind of like a rough guide.
Yeah, for today, if you have nothing, we'll still work through the movements, you'll still do the resistance, and when it comes to the kettlebell swing, I'll show an alternative on the floor. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Okay. Or you just need to stand it?
Stop. You should have had this set up.
Debbie,
You Debbie me.
you get in the box, I cut you in half. And we'll set off the box.
3, 2, let's go.
Let's step into it. So, step forward, push back strong from that. Step forward, push back strong. Show body weight there, will you? Step forward, push back, and then forward, push back. If it's difficult and you still can't do it body weight, you can put the hand on the thigh, and then come back up out of that.
Just make sure you don't push off the thigh when you come back up again. So you use your balance, and then push your knee, and then you push yourself back up. Make sure your knees don't hit the floor as well, and make sure your legs stay in train tracks apart.
You can do reverse lunge as well.
You can also step back and
If
down.
it irritates the knees, step back into a reverse lunge instead.
And again, you keep your chest tall. 3, 2, and 10.
These bricks aren't great for balance.
Huh?
These bricks aren't great for balance.
Oh, I disagree completely.
Shoulder press. So, above the head, control the way down.
3, 2, let's go.
So push it up, control the way down. If you've just got something in one hand, like a litre bottle or a jam jar or something like that there, that's all we're doing. Bicep to the ear, when you bring it down the front, forearm is straight from that, and then you push it up, twist very slightly, back down in, twist very slightly, back down in. So if you're doing single arm, and then we can change arms, or if you have one in each hand, you can do alternate, where you push up, or you can push them up together. Really depends on what you have access to. If it's really heavy, grab that there, push it up. If you're feeling it in the back, split your stance, squeeze your glutes, push from the split stance up and down, and then you keep that going.
3, 2, time.
Good. We are down into
Squat thrust.
squat thrust, which is quite horrible.
Oh yeah.
So you can do these off the sofa as well to elevate yourself, or if it's really difficult, go back into the mountain climber we did on Monday and elevate those off the sofa also. But squat thrust is basically a short movement like this. Hips up and down, feet in and out. You don't need to come in too far, just keep it soft.
3, 2, 1, let's
You're
go.
not trying to jam your feet into the floor, so you shouldn't hear this. It's just soft.
And again, if you are a beginner and you just want to learn the movement, do it off the counter here. Get a straight line from your shoulders to your heels, and you're just going to bring the knees in slightly, nice and light, and then eventually, as Emmett said, you go to a lower surface, so maybe go off the arm of the sofa. I'm kind of out of shot here, but you can still see that I've gone lower down, and then eventually you can press on to the floor. People are afraid of going to the floor. There's this fear that when you go to the floor, you lose control. So get yourself down there gradually.
Anyway,
You're on the last 5 seconds.
let's go.
And 3, 2, 1. Well done.
Just bring it up. Just keep it nice and light. If you need a drink, grab a drink, but always just keep moving, let the heart rate come down. We're not letting it come down fully, we're just keeping it elevated. You can walk about your kitchen, march about. We're just trying not to stop. We're trying to keep the body active and keep it moving.
Do total body extension for anyone who doesn't have a weight with the shoulder presses, 10 more. Just stretch and reach.
That's where kettlebells went.
What would you do for this one then?
For shoulder press.
Yeah, if they have a lot in here,
Everybody has a bottle or a can or something. Everybody has something.
Right, everybody has something. You used to be, I don't have something and you weren't organised this morning and have something. You can tell I'm that, okay? Not everybody's in their kitchen. Some people are in their nice fancy, balconies or deckings, or they're already set up in the garage or in the landing and they don't have bottles on the landing.
Go get a bottle out of the kitchen. Whenever you're ready.
Ready to go? So you go back into
Sure, if they
your
were fancy landing or fancy decking, they have a jar of fucking Darnell.
language. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So this is what I'm living with here.
Just trying to think about everybody.
You can afford your fancy decking and your fancy landing, or your big garage, or your tumble dryer, but you don't have access to a jar.
Right. So you see how Emmett is going down
So,
into the lunge rather than back into the
If you
lunge?
don't have access to anything, get your butler to go and get something for you for the next session.
When I was saying there before he interrupted about the bubblers, you were weird. He's not stepping back, he's stepping down.
Yes.
So, you know, a lot of people go way back and then they find that they can't get back up again because they've extended this leg too much in the last 5 seconds. So make sure that you step back and down, or that you step forward and down. And time.
Good. Oh, shoulder press.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
If you really don't have access to anything, if you weren't organised or something like that, then don't do a sit-up. Just do something that's going to keep you moving. Or if you want, just do the movement with the hands, above the head, back down. But a sit-up, just keep your body working. And then next section, you're always going to need some sort of a small weight. It's better to have access to it in case, every now and again we'll throw in a complete body weight session where you won't need it at all, but more than often, you're going to need access to some sort of a weight for 1 or 2 of the exercises.
What's the time now?
3, 2, 1. And the reason for that is that your shoulders, your back, your hamstrings and glutes, it's easier to work them with a weighted exercise than without. So it's always better to have access to something.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
So again, on the floor, if this is really difficult, mind your climber, like we did on Monday. Slow or fast, go into that instead. Squat thrust is just a more advanced variation of this. Again, we're not trying to come in too far. My hips are naturally going up and down as my feet move. So both of them are working with each other. And it's not a big movement.
Halfway. Make sure your shoulders are above your hands here. So you see how Emmett's shoulders are right above his hands? What you sometimes see in the gym or on Instagram or wherever you're watching is this. And what's happening there is that your shoulders and your back are taking far too much weight and your knees aren't getting the right movement. So you make sure your hands are above your shoulders and that's where you stabilise the weight onto. Last 3, 2, and 10.
Feet. Keep moving, walk, jog, skip, whatever you want. But just keep it on the toes and keep that working. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
So again, active recovery is just basically you're not letting the heart rate come all the way down. You're keeping it slightly elevated after the exercises so that it's staying up there. If you're at this stage now and you're completely out of breath, completely exhausted, then do take a rest. Just stop, get a drink. If you're completely out of breath, don't do the 3rd round of this. 2 rounds plenty, and then you can step in when we change the exercises after this round. So there's always alternatives. We're not expecting you to keep up with something that you can't keep up with. The reason we give alternatives is for you to be able to keep up with those. So don't be trying to do something that you can't do. Okay. Last time with the lunge. Again with the lunge, if you're previously using weight and it's difficult now, leave the weight down. If you're previously doing body weight and it's difficult, put the hand on the thigh.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Step back.
So in these kind of exercises, you'll often find that the weights seem heavier by the 3rd round. And if we get to the point where, as Emmett's going down into this lunge, if he was dipping forward, that's a key sign that you need to let the weight down. So there's all these wee ways, and we'll teach you these, and we have been teaching you these wee tricks and signs that your body will give you that you need to change your technique. So in lunges and squats, the chest going to the floor like that is telling you that you need to drop
legs
the weight.
aren't strong enough
and that your legs aren't strong
for what you're doing.
Last 10 seconds. And again, keep the feet at the train track width for balance. 3, 2, and 10.
Shoulder press, last time. And do that, press down.
3, 2, 1, let's go. What? Scotty McDougall or something like that?
You got a sad face, hugging herself down the wall. Breathe it out, control the way down. Breathe it out, control the way down. Keep that moving nice and solid. 20 seconds. Just press it up, control the way down. Press it up, breathe out as you press up, breathe in on the way down. Keep it solid. Again, if you're feeling the backs arching, split your stance. Push from a split stance, up and down, and then keep it moving. And time. Good. Squat thrust, last time. Then we've got active recovery, and then we shall change up the exercises. So whenever you're ready, again, mountain climber will do for this if you can't do this. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sharp movements, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Seconds. Last 10 seconds. Time. Good. On the toes. Keep it moving. And then we'll grab a full rest after this and change the exercises. It's just nice and light. Just keep it up. We're going to take a minute or 2 rest after we get this done. Then we're going to change up your exercises for you. So just keep your feet moving. That's it. Nice and light, nice and light, nice and light. Last 10 seconds. Okay? Food good and start with. And time. Good stuff, guys. Grab a drink. We're going to take a full rest and then we're going to change it up. So the next round we have got kettlebell swings, the only thing you need a weight for. If you don't have access to a weight at all for this here, because a swing, a jar or something won't do for this. So if you don't have access to something like this, we're going to do a total body extension instead so you can keep it all body weight.
I know. I do know.
You're about to
I wasn't asking
your
these.
bloody fucking pokey fingers coming out there to press
10
that
seconds.
button. That's not 10 seconds.
Is that there?
Huh? Well, let's set it 40. We're giving them longer rest than that. I am. Why do it? Why kind of? So we've got kettlebell swing or total body extension, guys. So with the swing, you're going to pop the hips, small sit back, small sit back. So I'm bending my knees as I sit back. Then I start standing up. Start going a little bit more, and that weight's going forward. And then pop, squeeze. So that belt's almost coming around, hitting me in the body here. So it's a small movement from there, and I'm throwing it forward.
Do you want me to start this?
No, I'm showing the technique. Can yourself. Up and down from that. So you're always swinging out the way, squeezing the glutes at the top of the movement. If you don't have access to your weight, you sit back, stand up, sit back, throw it up, sit back, throw it up out of that, and to a total body extension. After that we have planky press, and after that we have power stride, and then active recovery again. Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, let's go. So be careful with the kettlebell. Make sure that you raise up into it gradually, and then when we call time, that you don't stop suddenly, that you let the bell swing once or twice to bring it back down to the floor. People often hurt themselves in these exercises by lifting and laying down the weight. If you're not doing that, you're going to start here, back and up. So your hands go up along with you as you jump.
Stay down so we can see.
Yeah. What, you just wanted to throw it out?
Yeah.
And back here. So
Right
again,
into
man,
the
stop,
face.
please.
15 seconds.
And again, if that's too much, stretch it up and then go up onto the tiptoes. And when you eventually get to the point where you feel it natural to jump, it's easier then to do that.
And time. Set that down nice and easy. We're going to do a planky press.
I'll show you basic plank too.
Can be done off the feet or knees. Go into the plank position first, up into a full position. If you're doing the knees from there, touch the knees down. Don't come forward to here. Once you come forward to here, you're no longer in the plank, and I could almost lift myself up without doing anything. You've lost exercise. We still want that plank, so your hips need to be low. So full plank, hip knees down, and then you've got a bit of resistance up and down from that. Or you've got the full one up, same thing, up, back down, and change. Whichever one suits.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So you see how Emma's
So he's
elbows
up,
are
down.
directly below his shoulders?
That's where your hand ends up, where the elbow point is as well. Try and change the hand that you're pushing up with so that you don't have all the pressure on the one hand every time. Keep your hips solid, like a plank.
And keep the pelvis tucked forward as well. If you are
Yeah.
doing it off your toes, widen the feet out a wee small bit just for balance, and try and keep everything, that the only thing that's moving are your arms and your shoulders. You're nearly there. 10 seconds. And if you're finding dropping down difficult, stay there in that position. Stay in the plank position.
Yeah.
Stay on your
Go to the
forearms
bottom,
and just
go here.
hold. 3, 2, and time.
Good.
Get up to your power strike.
Power straight with high or low impact with this. I'm going to do high impact and we're just going to do low. So pick the one that suits you best.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Which one am I doing? Second back.
Low impact, yeah.
So you can do this way. Now you can actually just start with the legs until you get the movement, and every time you step back, it's a soft movement on the knees and you're squeezing the glutes, and then you bring the hands up as you get that movement with the legs.
Yeah.
Solid.
20 seconds.
Be careful in this movement if you are doing it not to swing back because you'll hurt your lower back.
Yeah.
So you're stretching up towards the ceiling.
Last
You're not
step.
going above your head.
5 seconds. Time. Walk it out, march it out, jog it out, whatever you want to do. 40 seconds of this, active recovery, and then we're back into it.
God, for such a dark kind of morning. It's warm.
Some of the more.
Really warm. So how are we doing now? Good, there's a few of you on, and as always guys, questions. Drop questions into the comments below. If you send private messages to myself or Emma, either on here or on Instagram or wherever, there's times that we don't see them and you're sitting thinking that we're not replying, but as you can imagine, there's quite a lot of messages flying back and forth. So for you and for us to make sure that we can keep on top of messages about this course and this program, you're better to post the question into the group. Again, don't feel self-conscious about doing that, because if you're worried about something or if you have a question, there's a good chance that 10 other people in the group are thinking the same thing and don't want to ask. And also it keeps the engagement and the conversation going in the group as well.
Yeah.
So any questions about any exercises, about how you're feeling maybe pain-wise after starting, about your technique, about an injury that you have, unless it's very, very personal, jot it up on the page and we'll answer you. Okay? Kettlebell swing
Or total
body extension. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're up.
Small sit back, start low, build up that swing, and then get the head height and you're swinging it forward, not up. So pop the hips, throwing the belt out the way, and then let them swing, it come round and hit you in the butt. You bend the knees, chest stays forward, same as your deadlift technique. Stand up, squeeze your glutes hard. Squeeze your glutes hard, so my hips are throwing my hands, and momentum's taking the head back up.
Last 10.
Let's go.
Remember what I said about building up to this. Tiptoes, and then add the jump.
And time.
Down onto your plank,
Or plank to
or
press.
plank to press, sorry.
So feet or knees. Lock it up. Up you go.
There we go.
You want to
3,
do the knees down.
2, 1, let's go.
Push it
So
up.
try and push up off separate or different arms each time. So if you go up on the right arm first, you come up on the left arm next time. We all tend to go to the arm that's dominant. So if you're right-handed, you tend to go on the right hand each time because that arm's automatically stronger. So try to alternate between. If you're doing this now and it's just you're all over the place, or if it's too difficult on the shoulders or you don't have the strength, simply go into your plank, down onto your forearms. Again, the elbows are below the shoulders,
Last 10.
and I'm here. I'm keeping everything nice and controlled. And you should be able to poke someone in the tummy in that and it won't wobble. In 3,
And time.
2, time. Oh, you're not even looking at the clock. Into your power stride.
Actually, I'm not.
3, 2, let's go, Magic Mike.
No, Magic Mike. What was that there? Is that something over?
Oh my god, nice.
That's what you wanted to see on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, nah. So again, what I said here about not throwing the hands back above the head, if you go in the back here, you will hurt your shoulders and you will hurt your lower back. So the arm raise is towards the ceiling.
Yeah.
Straight arm. And if it's too much, and if it is stretching too much, hold your
That's
hands
good.
here. You can punch your glutes.
3, 2, 1. March it out. Jog it out, keep it moving, whatever you want to do. One of these to go. Just keep it light, keep it moving round.
Goodness gracious.
Uh,
I said, oh my goodness.
just keep that moving, guys. Keep it nice and solid. And then one more to go. 10 seconds. Again, we're going to start with that swing or that total body extension, depending on what you have access to. Again, if you want to use the swing for the hamstrings and glutes, you can go back into your deadlift and do the deadlift instead if you want to do that, rather than the total body extension if you have access to a weight. Huh?
You ready to go? 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
What are you saying?
You
What did I do now?
Doesn't matter.
I'm just breathing here,
You
isn't it?
should know what you've done.
I should know what I've done. Of course I should.
Hands up, hands back.
You're married too long for that anymore.
I know. You tell me.
Can't stand there. This makes so.
That's lovely.
Isn't it?
Lovely.
15 seconds, Debbie. So squeeze the glutes, chest nice and tall, keep that moving. Last 10. 7.
Huh? What did you say? 3.
You see that Robert De Niro comes out there whenever she thinks something's been said about her? What did you say? What did you say to me?
You did everything.
You talking to me?
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
So again, off the feet, widen the feet, core as tight as possible. Try not to have it where you're up and down,
Yeah.
your hips are wobbling all over the place.
You don't want to rock. And you also here, always check your core.
This is still a plank. So a lot of the tension for me is right here, coming through this because I'm holding it as tight as possible.
And if you're doing this and your tummy's loose,
Yeah.
your back is doing far too much work. Okay? And
So even off the knees, that pelvis is tucked under as if you're bringing your pubic bone forward underneath yourself.
Last time. And if you're holding the plank only without the arm movement,
Same thing.
make sure that that core is really engaged.
This
That's
isn't
4,
up here like this, butt
3,
isn't there, butt is tucked
2,
under.
and 10. Well done.
Good. Hard straight.
Up.
Last time.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, back and up. Squeeze.
So you can higher low impact, guys, just keep it moving whatever you're able to do. And again, don't be feeling as if you have to do what I'm doing. When you're doing that is effective. There's no point doing 5 seconds of this and having to stop for 30 seconds. You're as well doing 40 seconds of that. You know what I mean?
10.
That's
Make
going to
sure
be more
as well
beneficial.
that your feet are not crossing. If you're going back here, you're doing a curtsy and you're going to hurt your knee. Okay?
Yeah, straight lines.
Straight lines. 3, 2, 10.
Walk it out, jog it out, whatever you want to do. 40 seconds of this, and then we'll do a wee finisher.
We need to go an outdoor room there
Huh?
for this.
You can get one of them balconies.
Yeah. Balcony would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ground floor balcony.
Ground floor balcony.
20 seconds, just nice and light.
That's just what we decking.
Yeah. Just nice and light, let that heart rate come down, and then we're going to change it up.
3, 2, and
Nice.
that's
Good.
it.
Grab a drink, we're going to change it up. So we're going to do a small sort of arm and chest finisher today. So we're going to do press ups and 2 dips. So we are.
Wonder will the day be the day that I breakfast table and chairs?
Possibly. So all you need is a chair for your dip. And basically the movement for the dip is, I'll bring a chair.
Yeah, can be seen there anyway, it's okay.
Yeah.
This is best done against a wall or a table, by
Put
the
your
way,
chair
so
against
that
the
your
wall.
chair doesn't
So-
slide.
Hands are on the edge, turn them out very slightly. Walk forward, your back is against the chair. You're going to bend the elbows, straighten the arms. Bend your elbows, straighten the arms. Don't let yourself come away. It'll feel like you're doing the movement, but all you're doing is cranking your shoulder. Keep your back against it. If this feels like there's no pressure in your arms, walk your feet forward, about 6 inches, keep your back still against it. Pressure should kick in. Still not, straighten your legs. Keep your back against it. You should have a lot of pressure now. If it's still not there, put one foot up on your knee, and then you definitely have pressure in it. There's always ways to add more, guys. Straight in front.
Okay, it's fine, close now.
You know what? Do you want to know why Jeff Bezos is now like worth another 98 billion? That's the reason there.
It's not really.
It is.
Not really.
Many workouts that we do in this house over the lockdown were Amazon and Coca Cola.
And the lovely postman, he just sets it inside the door because he knows that he can find us in any weird combination of movements in this kitchen during the day.
Not from previous experience. So we are going to do, I was going to do time, but time for some people, no actually we'll do time. We'll do 3 rounds of time, just simply because if I give reps, some people might be able to keep up with it, might be able to do them as fast. So we're going to do time. We will do 25 seconds, just because the arms are going to take a lot in this. We're going to do 25 seconds of press ups, so just down, back up. Remember, hands in line with the chest. Don't end up with the hands behind, or the head behind your hands, because that's cranking your upper back. Lean forward, press, lean forward, press. You're going to do 25 seconds of that, then you're going to get up, and we're going to have 25 seconds of this, down and up, and then we're going to do, we said 25, we're doing 25 now. We're going to do 30 seconds rest, and we're going to do that
3 times.
3 times.
Okay, I'll do them off here to show everybody who's not able to go
Yes.
to the store. Okay, you ready to go, so?
I'm showing the knees, as very few in this group can do full, so if you can do full, do full. I still want your chest in line with your hands.
3, 2, 1,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
Bend the arms.
So if you're doing it off of height, again, the palms of the hand and the thumbs are in line here, and you're going to put yourself in a straight line, and you're putting your chest towards that line between your thumbs. So it's not the face that's going down,
Yeah,
it's
chest.
the chest that's going down. And that's where people make their biggest mistakes with press ups, is that they're putting their face down to the ground. No, you're putting your face forward, yes, but it's coming away in front of your hands. 10.
Good. Stretch that back. We'll bring it up onto the chair. So you've pre-done the triceps here. This is going to fire them up now.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Bend, straighten the arms. So what I'm doing at the top is I'm taking a second pause, and to do the same with the press ups. Rather than doing this here, up and down, up and down, up and down. You'll not last the reps with that. Even that would just demonstrating that, put a lot of burn onto the triceps. So you're bending the arms, you're straightening the arms,
5 seconds.
you're bending the arms, you're straightening the arms.
3, 2.
And up, good.
So
Check
you're
them out.
doing same speed down and up.
Yeah.
With a lot of these exercises, again, if you're watching people, they're doing it whoosh and then they're slow, or they're going into different speeds. It's the same speed up and down. Everything's controlled.
We want control for yourselves because a lot of other techniques are either wrong or they're advanced. And for most in this group, that isn't it. So, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Press ups again. When I come to the top of the press up, I'm stopping for a second. That gives the muscles a slight break before we go down, and it's concentrating on technique. And you're ready. If that one round was enough and you think to yourself, oh my god, I couldn't do another, then don't do it. Nope. Or you can do it plank.
You can do it, yeah.
Or
3,
four.
2, 1, let's go.
So bend, up, I stop for 1 second. I bend, I come up, I stop for 1 second. What I'm doing with that is I'm concentrating on technique, not just doing a load of sloppy reps. If you can do solid reps down, up, like this, do it. If you can't, I don't want this. Because that's nothing, that's cranking your joints.
2, and
Up.
10. Well done.
So, we're working the muscle, not the joints. We don't want pressure on the joint when we're doing this.
Ready to go?
Also with this here, push your chest forward. Get them shoulders locked back. Don't be slouched because the shoulder will come forward in the socket. It'll be too much in the shoulder.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
So, shoulders back, chest up, bend, straighten. Because if I don't and I'm here, when I come down, look at the position of the shoulder. It's getting actually cranked. Too much. Chest forward, bend.
If this is really, really difficult, make sure your feet are back a little
Right
bit.
out. Because what will happen then is your hamstrings will hit your calves, so it'll actually support you in the bottom position. So I'm actually sitting on my legs, my lower leg now at the bottom, and it takes a little bit more pressure off.
And 10.
For that depth. Time.
30-second rest. So
We've got 1 to
more
go.
to go.
Again, if 2's enough for you, do a plank for the last one. If you feel it's easy, then start trying to get more reps in as long as your technique is good. Okay, 5 seconds. Last one. You should be feeling the burn on the arms at this stage. If you're not, and you're here a while, then well done, you've graduated.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, for anyone who is completely beginning here and you're not sure whether you're doing it right or not, a good technique to learn where the hand should be here is that when you go to the floor, that you actually put your weight on the floor, lift the hand about a centimetre off the floor, and then push through in one movement. And that will train your arms and your core into where it should be. And eventually you'll be able to do it without that pause. But it's a good security.
Yeah, it's difficult to do.
Yeah.
So it is, but.
And time. But a lot of members find that it's a good way to teach
train,
your arms where your weight should be going onto your palms. Ready to go? Last time now?
Last time.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Bend, straight. Bend, straight. That's all we're doing. Don't start getting sloppy and coming away. It feels like you're doing the same thing, but I'm cranking my shoulder and not bending my arms. My back stays against it, I slide down, I push up, I slide down, I push up.
Last 10. 5, 3, 2, and
good. So, pull arm across and stretch that tricep. Because you just have to work on them whole arm. Same thing other side, pull across, work that tricep. Stretch it out. Arms up behind the head and then lean with it, get a better stretch in the tricep. And same thing other side, arm over. Relax that, stretch that up. Hands out to the side, stretch back. Round the front, push forward. Arm across, pull through. We will change. And then hands to the back, roll shoulders back, stretch that up. Relax that, balance if you need. You're welcome. Pull up, knee together, stretch, balance on the chair if you need. We'll change sides, same thing, pull up, knees together, stretch. I know what.
Disintegrating in my hand as I roll it up.
It was 6 months of solid work, daily work. Step back into it. And we'll change, same thing other side. And then big step back. Pelvis tucked under, drop down into that stretch. Start stretching here. Bring the pelvis forward, drop down into it. Change, same thing other side. Drop down into it. And we'll bring that up. And that's us. Good work, guys. Wednesday done. We'll see you all tomorrow for
Cardio and core tomorrow
then
morning, and then
Strong Nation.
Hopefully we'll be back in the gym again
tomorrow
tomorrow evening. So yeah, that's that.